Make sure we got some audio here. Check, check, check. Oh. Stand by. We're still at 9 o'clock p.m. Ready to get started here. Hopefully it says that it's working, but this is only my third time doing this. So let's get into it. Welcome to the Little Nugget Show, where we come post game, always respectfully following the DMVR show, because they are the pioneers and they're the best at it. So we want to hear everything that you say. I've been able to, for the most part, to listen to the watch along, watch the game, catch some of the pre-games, and now when you have that nice little gap between the game and when you start, I'm able to get my stuff together, and I'm like, hey, why don't I just do a show? Because there's a lot of little nuggets that I come up with that I think I can't afford to super chat everyone. Last year it was the jersey. Well, today the question is Jokic the problem? Now, seriously, I did say that right as the game was ending. I was like, I mean, how many people were noticing we were up like 11 or 12 with a minute and some to go? And I've said this in my past 2 episodes. This is episode number 3. I think the Nuggets are going to lose every single game before they play. And that's just, I don't know if it's pessimistic, but I come into it like that. And if they win, cool. If they lose, so be it. Some of the losses are incredibly frustrating, as we all know, as diehard Denver Nuggets fans. Matter of fact, I bought myself a nice little punching bag, a teardrop punching bag to put in the gold mine. By the way, welcome. This is the gold mine. In a minute, I'll give you a little tour because I just was putting together a clip that I did on my phone. But we'll tour the gold mine. But you can see we got cool stuff here. Look at that. Why can't I do that? Okay, that is the Jokic basketball I bought for my son for Christmas. And I played with it yesterday. It is legit. It's only $70. Do not buy them all because I'm going to buy the rest of them. Every ball out of China. I mean, 361 is making some good stuff, not going to lie. So what were we talking about? Jokic being the problem. The game's over and I'm telling my wife, Jokic is the problem. Just trying to make a joke. Obviously, Jokic is the problem, right? They're just winning without him. She didn't get it. She kind of looked at me like I was crazy. And I think that's how you should look. But I'll dig out a little nugget here. I think there are problems with Jokic, and they center kind of around his attitude. When he gets to be floppy, whiny, and frustrated, he tends to not perform at peak, I would say. When he's less frustrated and focused on the game, because nobody can focus on the game at a higher level than Jokic, that's obvious. He has the highest IQ. Shea, he can drive and step back and draw fouls and make jumpers. Cool. He makes a lot of shots. Cool. Jaylen Brown makes a lot of shots. So what? Jokic sees everything, masters the game, is the quarterback, the coach, everything in the game. He's at such a higher level. But I think, honestly, when his attitude goes bad, and to me, I mean, since the, you tell me, from the championship year, you look back on the footage of the championship, accepting the trophy, how young does he look? And how much older has he aged since then? He's starting to almost look like his brothers, you know what I mean? And I don't know if that's because he's a Serbian gangster. I mean, he is figuratively speaking, but I think he has a lot more, I don't know, weighing on him or something. And last year was not enjoyable until it was. And everybody got their hopes up for this year until he got hurt. As a matter of fact, for those of you joining me new here, so I am broadcasting on software called EV Mux. And I honestly can't see what's going on YouTube. I probably could, but I'm not sure how I would. But if you're just joining me on the Flacco Watch channel or the Waddy Watch channel, let me explain. This is a show that I want to do because I have a lot of things to say about the Nuggets. My goal is to put it on my Waddy Watch channel. My Flocka Watch channel is for other purposes. But I had a bunch of subscribers there. But I'm starting to realize that since I didn't do any activity on the channel over the past couple of years, it's died off anyway. So it may or may not matter. So we'll just build it up from scratch here and then have the 1 or 2 people in watching. We had Casey Denver last time with about 64 comments. Can I see both shows? My question is, if anybody's watching, let me know which channel you're on. Otherwise, I'll get back to it. So, Jokic's attitude. I think that the more enjoyable he sees the game, or the more joy he's getting out of the game, the better he's going to play. And going forward, I think the bench or the depth that we got this year really took a lot of burden off, but until he realized that, hey, there's burden on me every game. The injury itself, blessing in disguise, silver lining. We all assumed that they were going to lose every game. I mean, everyone probably didn't assume every game. I predicted 5 out of 10. So I think he's going to miss 15 games, and we need to win 5 of them. Well, we already knocked off 3. So that's a good start. 3-2 maybe? If you don't count Miami. Or no, if you do count Miami. So we're off to an unbelievable start. But as we said last night or 2 nights ago, that's why we watch this game, right? It's not when a team's expected to win. It's when they're the underdog. Not just the underdog, but down 7 of their best players. That was amazing. So the Nuggets Connected Universe, I appreciate you being a part of it if you're watching this. My goal is to always follow DMVR, so don't think I'm ever going to step on your toes. I appreciate what you guys do. And sorry, I'm kind of doing 2 things at once here. What I'd like to do is, what are the little nuggets of insight tonight? Jamal and the braids. I'm not going to lie. I feel like he's playing good. Don't get me wrong. But these last few games with the braids, not a fan. Not a fan. And he had to fight through it. When he got that pressure from, it was Cleveland. Yeah, so we have lost 3. Cleveland and Brooklyn, and the pressure's what's killing him. Well, he fought through it tonight, and he's doing a better job. And I think these games going forward without Jokic are going to be a good opportunity for him to learn how to relax, handle the pressure. Because you can see if you pull back the highlights from a few different games, they stand in my mind. I don't know which ones they were, but when he's moving the best at the beginning of this year, when he's physically moving, he's fast, he knows where to go, he knows when to spin, he knows when to cross, he knows when to counter. Some nights you're just off, and I think he was off with Cleveland. I think he was off with Brooklyn. Did he play Brooklyn? Yeah, I think so. Tonight, he was like 50-50, in my opinion. Obviously getting all the assists, 17 assists, new record. Ironically, last time he got the record, his record, 16, I think, or 15, they lost. So it's good. And for that matter, Jokic scored 61-point triple-double, and they lost. So a lot of times these records don't mean anything because it's the win that means everything. But I can't wait to watch the... I wonder if we can watch... the coaches' comments, the post-game comments on this together. Let me give it a shot. Try and find that. Feel free to jump in with any questions because this is a brand new show with nobody on it. And it's basically your show. Okay, full game highlights. We don't want that. Denver locker room celebration. Let's see. We will do, you're not watching this, but post game Nuggets Boston. Post game live. Oh, look, there's another show. That's a Boston Celtics show. Look at how sad they are. There's Missoula. Okay, we got Adelman. Let's put pause. And why are my headphones acting weird? We go back to the studio and we find share screen. And we go to that and we push share. And then we go to this. No, this. And we add it. Okay, there we go. Now we're cooking with fire. Can you change those? Ooh, look at that. Let's give that a shot. I'm sure YouTube will do something about it. But so I have to go back here, and then we listen to Adelman.
You guys got, we're on board.
This is a reaction video, so maybe they
Under
won't.
the circumstances, what went into that one in the final that you guys were able to make?
Bennett?
Yeah, I thought we went to the 1 through 5. We were switching everything, and just had to sit down and guard from there. I thought our defense was really good. Just individual.
The defense was hella good
defense,
today.
Very
Zeke,
simple, but they only
solid.
had 16 assists, and I think a lot of that was the fact that we made them play one-on-one. And sometimes it doesn't go well. They got talented players, but I thought that flipped the game. And I just want to keep saying this: like, Jamal's been so patient with these games, and he had 17 assists. And I wonder how many hockey assists he had, with the double team. So offensively, we just kept taking good shots. And, the third quarter, we couldn't make a shot early. We ended up with 21 points in that quarter. We only hold them to 24. We hold them to 24, so we're in a good spot. But I was just proud of the way the game was being played. We took open shots. We got back. We defended. It's hard to rebound against that team, especially right now with, we're downsized right now.
So how we do that?
They kill everybody on the glass.
Sorry.
But, yeah, it just was a
like and
defensive
comment,
effort, and then,
like
I
we
said,
did on our
just
friend's
guys
channel here.
being
Basket
confident in
Man.
each other, making the right pass, and letting it
Subscribe,
fly.
why not?
Yeah, it's just he's so efficient with everything he's doing, and
Can you guys hear the
he
audio?
had a cut like shots rim out tonight, but just his style of play right now is just so. Whatever is the right play, he's just making it, and sometimes the right play is him, and sometimes 17 times it was somebody else. Not to mention the 8 rebounds, 4 offensive rebounds, just a complete game from a guard that's playing as good as anybody in this league.
You beat 3 of the top 5 teams in the East, and yet you go 3 and 4 on the road trip out of 7. How would you evaluate how your team did? You salvage the road trip with this win tonight and what you've done?
I think this was an incredible road trip. I think going 3 and 4 with all the things that happened, losing both your centers,
3 and 4,
getting guys
yeah.
back on minute restrictions, different people having to step in and play. Beat Philly with 9
I was
players.
assuming they were
I
going to
would say
go
this road trip was
5 and 2.
very successful.
I was wishfully thinking, but 4 and 3 would have been good. Considering the circumstances, 3 and 4,
For
awesome.
this team this past week or so on this road.
I think it's a defining moment for what we're going to be the next few weeks, if not the next 3 weeks. Just what we have to do to win games, and I think it's going to be different every night. But it's going to be Jamal making the right play. It's going to be our defense.
It's going to give all the players a lot of
to the earlier question,
leash and
taking advantage
room
of
to
runs,
roam
scoring off
kind
your
of work out
defense.
their own games.
And then,
to
like I
play.
said, just keep taking the right shots for each other. That's key for us right now. It's don't fight it. There's going to be some frustration, some up and downs offensively, but if we just take the right shots, it gives us a chance to get back and guard. I was so happy
Yeah,
to see
good
CB make the
shots,
shot in
even
the
if you
corner.
miss, or
It's a confidence builder for a player that's been out for a long
you need.
time. And as Aaron and CB, their minutes will rise as we go here. But just to have them back and to make the rotation longer, I think it gives us a chance to stay in games. I don't have to play guys into the ground. So it was, I just thought the group through the whole trip, just their mentality has been so good. And the Brooklyn game was a dud. It wasn't we didn't play well in that game, but the majority of the time and the focus and the walkthroughs and the film sessions,
Dude, they were
everybody just
winning
really
every
bought in.
game.
And I finished the game with a really
They
odd
lost
group.
to Orlando by a
I
point.
never would have thought I'd
They
finish the game with
tied
that
with
team.
Miami.
But they played well.
Ahead
They
when
deserved to
Jokic
finish the
got
game.
hurt.
So it was just a really cool team win against a team that's
They're
been really
beating
hot.
Cleveland.
I mean, if people don't realize that back in Denver, Boston's been playing out of their minds, and they have the second highest, offense efficiency-wise behind us. So this game was a collective group defensive effort, and they just made timely shots.
You guys able to turn over Jalen, especially the way you saw him after he started out too?
I just think you got to hold your ground with him. He's so strong and he gets to his spots. One guy that stood out to me was Zeke Najee. When Zeke switched on to him, thought he did a great job of staying down on his pump fakes. He took the physicality of the off arm and just stood his ground. And I thought he was active with his hands at the right times. You know, if somebody brings the ball down, that's when you really can attack the ball. And we did that. And I also thought, guys, they timed up when we brought a second body. You know, you can't. They have so much shooting out there.
Adelman's
It's got to be at the
really
right
good
time
coach.
where he's spinning in his move or he's countering or whatever it may be. So, yeah, I just thought the team
smart.
in general did a really nice job in the second half.
The right
on him.
attitude, I think, too.
But Zeke Nnaji stood out to me.
I myself am a coach
Mentioned his confidence
for
before
middle
the game, just
schoolers and have been for
how
about 3 or
versatile
4
can he
years.
be defensively when
It ain't
he
easy.
is
It
really
ain't easy to be
confident?
good.
Yeah, and I think his feet are. I don't remember him ever moving this well. I really mean that. I mean, he was cutting off. He guarded everybody in this game because we were switching. Whether
Zeke
it
was
Pritchard,
defensive player of the game for sure.
Jaylen Brown, whether it was Derek White, Simons. I mean, he guarded all these people and just really sat down and cut people off and made them take contested shots over his length. So just cool to see him have some success. Obviously, he hasn't been in the rotation. And then on top of that, I mean this, you know, he's 1 for 3 from 3, but I like that he shot the ball. Shoot the ball when you're open. You know, don't doubt yourself. And actually used him as an initiator a lot as far as off the elbows late to get Jamal off action to his left hand. So just a really nice, clean game from Zeke.
45 3 attempts, so they're 38. They lead the league in attempts. Why does that happen?
I think it was the switching, forcing guys to make a move one-on-one to attack the basket. And on the other end, like I said, just 45 threes because there were 45 good shots. You know what I mean? If they put 2 on Jamal and we find the roller, and just make the next pass. A play that stood out to me when CB, I think it was CB that made the 3. Peyton Watson attacking cover or late clock, goes baseline with no intention other than to pass the ball and finds his teammate in the corner. He knocks down to 3. So you can live with that if you take that many threes. We only had 26 in the paint, which if you look at our games last 10 years, I would wonder if we've ever won a game with this group with 26 points in the paint. Like, this is a historic paint scoring team, but with the injuries, we're something different. And yeah, I was just proud of the style of play.
I think I got the ball
and for them to get
pretty well.
rewarded and get a win going home.
How tough is it to win these games where it keeps being 20 to 25, maybe 27 tonight, second chance points going the other way too?
It's hard. I mean, it's. I didn't think it was for lack of effort in the second half. I thought we're playing against one of the best second chance points teams in the league. They commit everybody to the glass. You know, so we just have to keep talking about it, show it on film. But sometimes it's, you know, it's hard sometimes when you're just standing there and a moving object is flying at you. It's tough. And so we just have to find a way to win those matchups and have somebody else come back and get the rebound. Spencer was great early at it. Unfortunately, you know, he went out. So, yeah, it's just going to be a team thing, and 27 is way too many.
So I'm using this
and I think if we can just clean that up a little
Learn how
bit,
to
we had
use the
13
soft line.
fast break points. We would have had a chance to get 20 plus with the amount of bodies they're sending to the glass. So clean it up. That will lead to another positive, another way we can score baskets right
This is
now
what I normally
with
do
this
after the
version of the
game.
Denver Nuggets in January.
Am I still showing that? Yeah. Okay. So this is what I normally do after the game. I stay up late most nights, 2, 3, 4, 5 a.m. Because I work in my basement. We also call it the gold mine for other reasons. But I prefer to work at night, and I get a lot of stuff done. After the games, however, I'll listen to the DMVR show while I'm working. But then I can't get enough. So I got to go through each of the interviews. I even watch the post-game live show sometimes on Altitude because I record those. And there's not a minute of Nuggets content that I don't eat up. Also, Swipa and Ryan Blackburn and Matt Moore and who else does stuff? I watch all of them. So now here I am in the Nuggets Connected Universe, the NCU, the Little Nugget. We named the show after my step-grandson, who is 2 years old. It is desperately in love with the Nuggets, and there's nothing more fun than watching a Nuggets game with the Little Nugget. We've got him saying, "Count it! Count it!" We go, "Yay! Count it!" He goes, "Count it!" It's the best thing ever. I think I talked about it in the last show, but when we only have 1 or 2 viewers per show, it's going to take a while to build this thing up. So this is, for the most part, an opportunity for me to practice live streaming and maybe build something. But I have to talk about every show. If I don't, I got to get it out of my mind. Which, let's listen to some more of these interviews, and then I'm going to go over my favorite little nugget that I came up with. I showed it in the last show. I showed it in the show before. But like I said, if nobody's watching, we're going to show it in every show until we get the point out. But I found a nice little nugget of analysis involving Jokic's injury. So we can go over that after we watch some of this. Jamal, what you got, Jamal? He's not always the best interviewer, in my opinion. He's kind of a smartass. And even when he's trying to be a smartass, it's not like funny. Sometimes it's close to funny, but he's always at his best when he's not being a smartass, not going to lie. And I don't like the braids, sorry. Uh-oh, we don't hear him.
So, I was just fine.
Let's see what she said. Katie
Teams
wins.
in the way that you did. What did the game feel like out there for you?
Felt like my teammates were hooping. So, I was just finding the ball and trying to keep pressure on them as well as pick my spots and play my game. You know, just a balance. You know, with
He's a lot more respectful of Katie Wingy than he is of Bennett or who does he always get on? Is it Ryan Blackburn? I think he rips him every now and then.
not just without Yoke, but with everybody that's out, just creating for other guys, and if it doesn't work, creating again. And at the same time, with the mentality that I can't be too passive, and I gotta also be aggressive. I can't be too aggressive. I gotta get my team as well. So I just pick my spots. And
how much you think the mirroring will work?
I'm not really doing nothing different.
What happened in the fourth quarter?
What happened? What happened?
14-0 run. You guys kind of figured some stuff out there.
I feel like Zeke Najee. That's what happened. That's what we did. Zeke Najee. He was playing amazing defense. Peyton as well.
For the record, Jamal Murray is absolutely my favorite Nugget. I mean, it's kind of hard to say that with Jokic and AG, but Jamal Murray's my guy. And I don't know how many jerseys, and I only have one that isn't Jamal, and it's not even Jokic, it's Aaron Gordon. But it's a love-hate relationship with old Murray. That's why this year's so amazing. To see him go off, to see him become an all-star. I'll see if while we're watching this I can pull up my tweet. I think I can. Where I said, I think back in June, that Jamal was going to be an all-star this year. Anyway, continue.
Pickett came in and helped, take the load off me. Who else was out there? CB, and I just thought we were really connected on defense. We struggled to rebound in the third quarter, I think. In that fourth quarter, it just, we were just sitting on everything. We were shrinking. We was helping each other out, and that's what it takes to guard those guys. They shoot a lot of threes, and they play well together as well. So we had to load up and not give them any driving hills or any space or any pull-up threes, and just take him out, make him do something else. So I feel like everything we did that, and everybody stepped up.
How would you sum up this road trip?
Solid. We've lost a player each game, so it's solid. I know not everybody plays sports, but it's not easy when guys don't know the minutes and the rotations and going to different cities, and we've had off the court bus issues, plane issues, so it's solid. All in all.
There's something you guys saw in film against Jalen. You saw you were able to kind of sit on, when he brings the ball down and force those turnovers. Like, how did that game plan come together?
He had 50 last game, so yeah. Don't give him no space to operate freely. When you drive, as I was trying to tell the Vegas, when you drive, just go, just help, because he's going to score, and he's very, very capable of doing so. So I thought in the second half, in the fourth quarter, we did a good job just corralling him when he did get in the paint. Making it tough for not just him, but like I said, everybody. Derek White was shooting great pull-up threes. Pritchard's attacking downhill. So I think as a team, we packed the paint a lot, and we did a better job rebounding that fourth.
What was your approach to them? These are the two best offenses in the league for most of the year so far. What were your thoughts on seeing them close up front?
Shot making. shot making. I think they shoot the ball. Derek White shoots the ball better than I think a lot of people think. Obviously, Peyton Pritchard is an amazing shooter. Jalen Brown, Hauser, like they got a lot of guys that can come in and just quickly impact the game. They play fast. On top of that, they were out rebounding us crazy. So I see how they could be, truly, effective.
Oh no, go back.
On top of that, they were out rebounding us crazy. So.
Wingy with Peyton Watson.
All right, Peyton, you finished the 7-game road trip. That fourth quarter in particular, you guys had a 14-0 run in that period. How did you play better in that quarter compared to the others?
I think it was just an increased attention to detail.
Now, I'll say this about Peyton Watson. It almost seems like he went to a year of college and the only classes he took were PR and marketing. Because he is legit practiced and probably one of the better interviewers. He always keeps it, never too controversial and always, just enough verbose and clear. So he, in my opinion, is one of the best. I would say actually Jokic is probably the best, but sometimes he gets a little attitude. Peyton will never let his attitude get in the way, and Jamal always has an attitude. Aaron, he's a little too soft-spoken, which is crazy because on the court he's a killer.
I have to be honest, all these guys in here are fighters, but it's that mental aspect of the game that's so important to us. So just being smart, executing well, I think that's what won us this game.
You've now had 5 straight games of 20 or more points. What level are you playing at right now?
The highest level of my career, and it feels great. I got an amazing support system, and I feel like when you have that, how can you lose,
We got to talk about Jamal Murray because massive double-double for him tonight. He was double-teamed all night long, found all of you guys outside, inside, all around. Why is he an all-star?
He's an amazing talent. I think you see it in games like this with Nikola out and the attention all on him through double teams, through everything. He finds a way to produce, not only create offense for himself, but create offense for us. And he's an amazing leader as well. We couldn't ask for a better point guard.
All right, we talked about this after the Philadelphia game, but the players that you have had step up that haven't been in the rotation, Jalen Pickett, Zeke Naji, how did they step up for you guys tonight?
Oh, they've been huge.
So officially, are they braids or are they dreads? Because it doesn't seem like that's braided, but whatever. Still not a fan. I love the big Jamal fro. It's the best.
They've laid it all out on the line. They're going out there playing with as much heart as I've ever seen. And they're just going out there trying to help us find ways to get wins. Jalen had 30 the other night. And tonight he didn't score as much, but he made some huge, crucial plays for us, and he was solid down the stretch, and that's exactly what we needed from him.
Should we go home?
Absolutely. Let's get home.
Great offensive team that they were.
Here's my dog. Tim Hardaway is definitely my favorite addition to the team. He seems a little psycho, not going to lie. He's got that crazy look in his eye, and he's definitely shown some fiery moments on the floor. If you agree to me or agree with me, let's check this out. How did he play tonight? I should be able to pull up stats somehow. I'll get better at that.
Going into the game, so we know that they take a lot of threes. Just want to do a great job of just eliminating the three-point attempts. Make sure that we try our best to box out big fella down there, even though he got a lot of offensive rebounds, but just weathering the storm. So I'm happy for ourselves, for the guys, and happy that we got this win to go home.
With Jamal having 17 assists in this game, how is he playing out of double teams tonight?
Doing an amazing job of just reading the defense, reading the coverages. Of course, with big fella out, the teams are going to try their best to double team him and get the ball in his hands. But what's great about us, we got guys that go out there and make plays. And that comes with the trust from those guys. So just being able to adapt when defenses change their coverages.
Okay, so I got the stats. I'll just switch it real quick. But as we can see, Hardaway was 4 of 9 and 4 of 8 from 3, so 50%. Him and Maul are pushing it. Whoa, Maul is only 33%. That's right, he missed a bunch. If you had 2 more, it would have been perfect. But they're both shooting some of the highest percentage in the league from 3, so that's amazing. 17 assists. So 4 of 8 from 3, 2 of 2 free throws, 2 stocks, 1 foul, 14 points, plus minus. Huh, Jalen Pickett had the highest plus minus. That's crazy. But then Hardaway and Christian Brown actually had 4, and Peyton 2. Who was the lowest? 3 on Bruce Brown. Bruce had a lot of good steals, good pressures. I think it was a great team win. It was a great team win. You know what's sad? Hunter didn't play. Dang it. Julian was available, it looks like. But, yeah, after Hunter's big game last night, are you kidding? Or the other night? So then we go here and share that time instead.
And just try to take advantage of it.
Were all the threes that were made a product of that?
Yeah, for the most part. And then, just swinging the ball, swings, getting extra possessions, I would say, getting stops, running out.
You hear that like shaky nervousness in his voice? That's not necessarily, this is a personality assessment. That's not necessarily that he's nervous. It's this insecureness that leads to violence. And he officially is a violent 3-point assassin.
Especially against a team like that, it's kind of hard, to play against them, their style of play. So just being able to, like I said, get stops, run, knock down threes, it was a great night.
This road trip has lasted forever, but it's also been an emotional roller coaster. You guys have been through a lot. How would you describe just the 7-game stretch?
It was a headache, I would say, for the most part. Well, like I said before, we were just trying to do our best to weather the storm, stay afloat, keep our head above water. These guys in this locker room, we know what we have, we know what it takes. The guys that went out there against Philly, we see them work every single day. So we know we got a great supporting cast when the starters are out. So like I said, next man up mentality. So it was good.
You ready to go home?
I'm great. Oh, I'm ready to go home for sure. Yeah, I don't know what to say.
All right. Well, there we go. So now we go back there and remove from scene. And we're back. So there's the post-game interviews. We love to see those. Made my little commentaries about them. Who else stood out? Let's check those stats again. Deron Holmes. Let's talk about the difference between Deron Holmes and Zeke Naji. What can we see here? Deron Holmes played 13 minutes. Zeke played 25 minutes. So Zeke played about twice as much. I think Zeke and Deron are very similar, but Deron's in his second year, basically first, and Zeke's in his fourth. And like I said on my last show, Zeke is that dog. He's a dog in the backyard that finally realized he can jump over the fence. Like the entire time, he could have just easily jumped out and ran away. So now he's, who let that dog out? Zeke. You can see it when he gets the ball and he opens up his stance and he holds it down low and then he rips it and then he drives. I think he would be unstoppable at that. If once he gets some experience and figures out some moves to go with it to finish. Peyton, on the other hand, I think could be KD-like unstoppable in the middies. Now you start to see him driving more confidently and with better handles and then pulling up and making those shots and finishing shots. What we didn't see in the past was that consistency of the handles. He would lose a lot of balls. So I think he's getting better at the handles, especially that one pound dribble reverse spin. Although today, the Boston Celtics read that on the scouting report, I guess. They're like, every time Peyton goes hard to the right, he's going to spin back. So we want our secondary defender right there to steal the ball. And they got him a couple times. But what's crazy is that somebody's going to step up in every game. And Peyton, 6 of 7 from three-pointer, 85.7%. That's insane. Trying to find Deron Holmes had only 2 rebounds. And Zeke Naji only had 2 rebounds. So they're tied there. 1 assist each. It's kind of hard to see who's who. Zeke had 2 steals, 2 blocks, 4 stocks, 3 fouls. That's pretty good. 12 points. Deron Holmes had 6 points in about half the time. 2 blocks. I did like the blocks. So I think they both play great on defense. I think they're both doing good, and the more time they get, the better they're going to get. So I'm excited. What do we have next? Let's go check the schedule, huh? Not on NBA. We go to Denver Nuggets. The best schedule to check is the NBA. Is it NBA? Oh, shoot. It's probably right there on that. Okay, share this tab instead and bring it to the scene. Here we go. My favorite. Let's go with this one. Oh, no. Let's go with this one. There we go. Whoa. What the heck happened there? All right. The schedule. The reason I like this schedule, obviously, is because of the jerseys. So we got Atlanta at home, January 9th, Friday. What is today? It's today Wednesday, huh? So 2 days. So the 9th, the 11th, the 13th, we're going every 2 days, back-to-back road trip. So New Orleans and Dallas, back-to-back. What do we got? We're wearing the Icon jersey against Atlanta at home. And then the Statement jersey, the Mile High City. Some people think that's the city edition. However, it is not. I became a jersey expert last year. Not going to lie. Each team has 4 jerseys, Association, Icon, Statement, and City. And 5 teams have a classic, a 5th jersey. Teams like the Lakers, the Warriors, the Celtics probably. The Celtics probably wore one of their weird jerseys today. As you can see on the 17th, we were wearing the black jersey with the rainbow. Kind of the throwback to 2019 City Edition, but it is the City Edition. I don't know about you, but my goal is to collect every City Edition, a hat from every City Edition year. Not necessarily a jersey. Some of the jerseys I like, some of them I don't like. Last year I didn't like the white rainbow stuff to start. But then they were winning so many times. 85% win rate in those jerseys. I was like, maybe. And then I got one. I got a couple. I got some shorts. And I liked them. And that's cool about the City Edition is that that's only 1 year. So I have a collection of every City Edition hat since the championship year. Brand new, untouched, hidden in a box. And I believe the first City Edition jerseys were 2017-18 season. So 17, 18, 18, 19, 19, 20, 20, 21, 21, 22, 22, 23. So I still have 5 more to find. One of those years it was red, the red Flatiron jersey. So we got to go back and find those. So if anybody has those hats untouched, brand new for sale, snapback preferably. I don't like the fitted ones because whatever. What do we got going? No. Okay, so my estimation on when Jokic returns is for this home game against the Pistons on January 27th. We talked about it last time. That will cause him to miss, I believe, 15 games. If we can go 5-10, we'll be good. On the road trip, so the first game was not without Jokic. So they're 3-3 since Jokic got hurt. Or no, not if you don't count. They had 7 games. They were 3-4. But then they lost to Orlando and Miami right off the bat. So they're 3-2 without Jokic entirely. I mean, it depends on how you count the Miami one, but we'll say 3-2. Imagine if they can finish 500. Say they're 8-7 in those 15 games. They're still going to be right up there. Let's check the standings. By conference. The Western Conference. Share that tab instead. Are you watching this? Oh, I can vote. Ooh, I already have one. I can't show you my sign-in, can I? Oops. Oh, my goodness gracious. Pretend like that didn't happen. No, that ain't good. Okay, so let's go back. Try not to vote this time. NBA.com. Standings. And share this tab. Settings, share screen, NBA team standings. And go here and add that. Oh, there it goes again. Your stupid pop-ups. Like, chill. That doesn't make it any bigger, does it? That one does. Okay. Get out of there. Oh, Donovan Mitchell. Can't stand his ass. All right. OKC's falling down the wayside. Did they lose today? They went into overtime with the Jazz, and apparently they won. That stinks. So San Antonio 25-11. So we're still only one loss back from second. What's up with the Lakers? Are they really that good? Are these updated? I think they are. So it's showing Denver at 25-12. And if we're 3-2 and 5 games without Jokic, and we have 10 more, and we go 5-5, we're going to be 30-17. I wouldn't be surprised if we get to 30-17, and then Jokic is back, Val's back. Everyone starts hitting on all cylinders, and we become unstoppable and get to that 40, like win 10 and maybe lose 2. And then we're 40-19. Because everybody says you got to get to that 40-20 if you want to be a winner. And, we're still going to be in the top 6, I believe. We just got to steal a couple more. And the thing is that the bench has shown they can do it. They can do it with the bottom of the barrel. They can do it with the middle of the barrel. And now we're basically only missing Jokic. I mean, Val and Cam too, but it's easy to fill in Cam if Hardaway's on fire and Peyton's on fire, and we're good with that. So I think the future is bright. The future looks bright for the Nuggets, and it's always been I don't know if it's the same every year. I guess it would be. That I assume they're going to win, and I see them winning the championship every year. And this year, I hope they go in as a 2 or 3. If Oklahoma City stays 1, I'm not convinced Oklahoma City's going to stay 1. They got something weird going on now. Dude, they got whooped by Charlotte, and then they almost lost to Utah. Give me a break. Something's happening since J-Dub came back. They got like too many Chiefs, not enough Indians, if you know what I mean. But if Oklahoma City's the 1 seed and we're the 2 or the 3, the 2 seed give you 2. So 2 plays 7. And then plays the winner of 3 and 6. So if you're the 2 seed, you get 2 rounds at home. If you're the 1 seed, you get all 3 rounds at home. And if you're the 3 seed, you would get 2 rounds at home. Unless you're playing a lower seed. Actually, I don't have to remember that. No, it's based on the seed. So if you're the 3 seed and the 2 and the 7 play and the 7 beats the 2, then you would play in your own home court. Anyway, I don't think it matters. Denver doesn't do terribly well at home, and they're doing really good on the road. So I think they can beat anyone, anywhere, and especially if they're at full strength. So let's hope they get back to full strength. In the meantime, this podcast is not sponsored by anybody, but if it was, it would be some company that makes peptides. As a 40-something-year-old who plays basketball, I'll tell you, recovery used to be so difficult for me, but I got my hormones checked. I got my hormones down. And then I started taking peptides, and I feel superhuman without working out, just playing basketball. The best peptide for healing or for recovery is BPC 157 in my lowly estimation. Now, there's other peptides that you can do for growth hormone, stuff like that. But if you want one that's over the counter, more or less, BPC 157, I'm not going to tell you who to order it from, but you might get scammed because there's a lot of scams out there. But maybe someday I'll have or ask me in the chat. But if you're old, I guess kids think they're old when they're in their, like I actually thought I was old when I turned 25. 25 to 30 was like, oh my God, this is the downfall. But then the 30s weren't so bad and the 40s weren't so bad. And the older I get, the more excited I am to be healthy and active. And my goal, ladies and gentlemen, is to be able to touch the rim as a 50-year-old and before my 13, soon to be 14-year-old son touches the rim. So you can hold me accountable. I'm pretty far off right now. I think I can touch 9.4 to 9.6, somewhere around there. But I haven't been working out in terms of actually plyometrics and, trying. So over the next few months, I got till November. Next fall, next basketball season, beginning of next basketball season, of which I either will ref or coach, I will be touching the rim. Mark my words. Oh my goodness. You had me watching that whole thing the entire time. Sorry about that. Okay, for those of you that stuck around just to see this, I'm going to pull up the Jokic gets hurt by Monte Morris. He didn't get hurt by Monte Morris. Okay, Chaz NBA. All right, here it is.
Point first half for a guy that...
Jaime Jaquez. Pinche cabrón. Oh, for the record, guys, DMVR guys, if you're watching this, it's Flacco Watts. Flacco, you call me Flacco too, that's fine. But Flacco means skinny. My real name, my real fake name is actually Waddy Watts. Waddy is a nickname for Watford Reynolds Watts. That's my real fake name. So Flacco is like a nickname to a fake name. And it just means skinny. I'm not as skinny as I used to be, but hey. So what we have here is, actually, let me pull it up so you can do that one. All right. And let's make sure that the volume is good. Yeah. I'm not quite going all the way. So what we have here is 8 seconds left, down by 2, Miami. Jaime Jaquez on the left wing. He's going to drive into the paint like he has and will do all game. The same freaking move, which is pick a side, drive, lower the shoulder, come barreling into the paint like a linebacker on meth. Out of control sometimes. All you got to do is pull the chair out on these guys. Come on, guys. Just pull the chair out. You should always pull the chair and then have your secondary defender, Jokic in this case, be there to finish him up. But what we're going to watch here is full speed. We'll watch it in full speed, and then I'll skip ahead to where I know the slow motion is, and we'll go over that. Watch.
30 has 2 games, better than 50 points this year.
Oh, what happened there?
Kalel put it in softly with 3 seconds left in the half.
One of the commentators noticed it immediately. Obviously, everyone on the bench is staring at Jokic. And I can only imagine. Look at Deron Holmes with his hands in his covering his mouth. So I think it looked. Let's watch. Where is it? 35, 35, 35, right? Okay, I'll go back up to 27. So he's writhing in pain on the ground.
For right now, holding their
He's
breath.
scared. The way his hands are. No. It's okay, yeah. It's back okay. Yeah. Anyway. I think he was more freaked out than anything. I don't know how many times he's gotten hurt. But what you're going to see here is we obviously know that Spencer steps on his left foot, and it was him trying to move his left leg back and get out of the way, but he wasn't able to. That caused him to hyperextend it, right? But why was Spencer stepping on his left foot? Is it just, he got his feet tangled up with his teammate? Horse fucking shit. What this is Jaime Hawkins Jr. coming in like a lot of NBA players now, dropping the shoulder, dropping the hammer, hammering people, and then pulling up for a J or getting a touch foul. I am so sick of that. I think the refs need to put a stop to that. They need to start calling more offensive fouls. And anyway, let's watch this because I think it's in slow motion.
Here's the replay.
Watch his left shoulder. Boom. Okay. As you can see, he hits him hard with his left shoulder, and now he's going to go pick up the ball. But before he picks up the ball, and you could see Spencer is knocked past his feet. So his center of mass is behind his ankles. That means he's going to, as an athletic man that he is, have to step way back with one of his feet to catch himself. The problem is he wouldn't have stepped nearly as far back as if Jaime Hawkins doesn't push off with his left hand here. Watch.
Knee area.
Push off. Boom.
Oh.
Okay. I don't know. Let's watch it in slow motion, maybe.
Here's the replay.
So he hits
Watch
left
his
shoulder and then pushes.
knee area.
And he's like, whoa.
Oh.
And obviously, it was at that point that Jokic was like, I am fucked. Luckily, even though his foot looks twisted, his knee went straight back. That's a good thing. But here's the nugget of wisdom and insight that I wanted to point out. Jaime Hawkins does all this. He basically almost ruined basketball with his stupid move. And he did it like 50 more times in the second half. I was so pissed. The funny thing is, after he pushes Spencer off, he walks. Let's see if we can see it. Officially, it's real close to a walk, but I think it is a walk. And then he airballs his shot. You know, fuck you. If you're going to take the best player in the game out, you might as well make your shot. Come on. And Denver's up by 2.
Here's the replay.
So, left shoulder hammer, push off.
Knee area.
Gather.
Oh.
1.
He hyperextended the left leg there as his own teammate stepped on his foot.
It looked like he stepped right on his ankle. Right there.
The left leg.
Spencer Jones.
Hyperextended.
And Jokic.
Uh-oh. All right, so we're done with that. I think we're done with this show, Little Nugget Show. We got no viewers. We did get one comment, but it wasn't the most supportive, I'll say. The boy's dad, I'll keep an eye on you. Thank you for the support. Like, where is it that you can go? You are live on Waddy Watch channel. Watch on YouTube. Okay. Just learning here. You are live. Watch on YouTube. I just want to know, are both sets of comments in the same column here? We need more comments to find out. So if you're not watching this live, then don't worry about it. But going forward, the next game is in 2 days. That's Friday. Did we figure out what time it was? It's a home game, so it's probably at 7 Mountain Time. Let me see. I'll just look it up on my phone real quick. Games. More games. Nuggets Hawks Friday at 7. That means the game will be over around 9:30, hopefully. That means DMVR is going to be going live or be done around 10:30. So I'm going to tentatively schedule the next Little Nugget show for 10:30 on Friday night. It'll get wild. For those of you that are older in age and don't go out every Friday night, join me and we'll make it exciting. It's a lot more exciting if we have some comments and we can talk shit back and forth. Because this, ladies and gentlemen, is the, what did he call it? The NICU? Nuggets Connected Universe. So aptly named by D-Line. And thank you for being a part of the Nuggets Connected Universe, where I don't want to say sports above all because that's their thing. And if you believe in God, you should probably go God, family, team, country, or country team. I guess I'd have to stick to God, family, country, Nuggets. And then I'm a diehard Broncos fan and have been since third grade. And I have not been a Denver Nuggets fan since the third grade, only since my kids started playing basketball again. But I live and breathe the Nuggets, and it's won every single game. I watched every single minute of every single game the last, 3 years. Or not every single game of the championship year, but every year since then. I watch the pre-games and the post-games, and it takes a lot of time, and I really shouldn't be doing this much time. So I figured I'd make the most of it and make a show out of it to give even more time to it. But at least I can get my thoughts out. You guys can get your thoughts out if you want. So join me next time, Friday, and leave a comment below. Tell me how much you enjoy the thumbnail that I created with AI, ChatGPT AI. The Little Nugget Show. Till next time, go Nuggets.